Alright, it's been a while since we talked. A lot of things have changed. I know I had said that the next video was going to be of the 87 being completed. It turns out that was a long time ago. That truck is now on the road for a few months. I'm going over to the yard to move the new truck that we bought. It's another 87 Standup 359. So I'm gonna go give a walk around of that truck and then move it over to the shop and show you what we're all gonna do to it. So here's the deal currently. The 74 looks like this. When I bought the 74 and the 84, I just assumed they were going to be parts trucks. I didn't even expect them to come with clean titles, but they did. So the 74 and the 84, I am stripping down to just the cabs, and then someday the plan would be to build them into actual trucks as well. I have the cab off the 84, so the frame sitting here is basically ready to strip off the front axle and the cab mounts. And well, actually we designed new cab mounts that we used on the 87, so I don't have to save those, but just a couple of the particular things like the front casting and engine mount. Other than that, it's going for scrap. The way things have gone, we just figured we would put a second truck on the road. So technically this one is truck number 3 because the 50th anniversary is truck number 2. But this will be the next one that goes on the road, and then I will drive it. The truck I have been driving is a company truck. It's not mine. It's a 2022 389, and I'll be getting out of that one and driving this 87, which will be truck number 3. The first 87 is truck number 1. The 50th anniversary is truck number 2. And this one is truck number 3, although it will be the second one to go on the road. I apologize that it's raining. I don't know if this is going to turn out too well, but I wanted to do this before I moved it to the shop. The other problem is this is all snow, and it has steer tires on the back, so I don't know how well this is going to go. I'll get the roads are clear. It's just getting it out of the yard without any decent rubber on the back. It's got a lot of old boy chrome on it. That's gonna come off, and we're gonna do the clutch, the tranny, the tanks, rebarrel them, get them full size, half fenders, new tires, all new air lines, all new fuel lines, everything like that. Still has original oval buds in very nice shape, and it is a numbers matching stand-up. That's all original with red interior. I'm putting these lights on again, but I'm replacing all the stainless and putting new Tiger Eye lights on. Another thing that's odd is it has these stainless wrap style air cleaners, which I have never seen on a 359 before. And it is a 359 one because the Peterbilt logo is clocked to the pipe there. It has the pedestals for the wide double squares, so I'm going to put double squares back on it. I don't believe the hood paint is original, but the rest of the cab is. And if you know anything about Peterbilts and where they like to rot out, this is about as clean as it gets. The tanks are also the build date of the truck. So they are original, but we're going to rebarrel them because there's no reason to run tanks that old. You're just asking for trouble. Which will be nice. See if we can get this thing to start. The last time it ran was 2 days ago, so it shouldn't be that bad. This is by far my favorite interior for a 359 is the red. But unfortunately, someone at some point scrubbed it with I don't know what, but it took most of the dark out of the ox blood. So it's a little bit the wrong color for factory. I wouldn't say it's been ruined, it's just frustrating. There's a lot of little things it needs: window seals, door seals, spotlights. All of this needs cleaned up. The steering wheel's on upside down. We'll have to change that. We're gonna put some red seats in here, some newer ones. These are not the most comfortable seat in the world, but we'll build up some air pressure and see what happens, see if we can get it popped out of here. I think if I stay at the far side of the yard, I'll be okay. I'm sitting on gravel right now because it has been above freezing for the last few days. Back it up just a bit. Make sure my brakes are freed up. All right. I'll put it as tall of a gear as I dare and see what happens. Oh, that's not too bad. I'll just leave the diffs thrown in until we make it to the pavement. I'll just go up till I hit gravel again and then sit there and let the thing warm up. I just figured I'd try to make it through the worst of it, just in case I got stuck and it took me an hour to deal with it. Well, we drove it about 6 hours home from Indiana. Truck's originally out of Florida. That's the last place it was operated out of anyway. Very, very clean truck. I'm pretty excited to drive it. It's going to be a lot of work to get there, but we're going to block off a month and January here. And we're going to try to get everything we need done on the truck done in January so we can start running February. That's a tall job, but it's not impossible unless we can't get parts. Alright, while we're waiting for that to warm up, I'll try to give you a tour here. There's no power in the bunk, so I'm just gonna have to use my phone. It's identical to the other one except for the color. Wood grain cabinets, has the scroll on the back. Really the only difference between these and 379 is the upholstery and the brass look on the lights there. Other than that, they're basically the same as a 90s or 80s, 90s 379. I like the velour, but it's pretty obvious there's been some water damage in there, so we're gonna have to yank that off and hunt down that. There's a wee bit of mildew there. That'll clean up. If you saw what the headliner in the 87 looked like before and after, that is a non-issue. You won't even see that once we clean that up. This dash cowl has had some body work done to it. It's been painted, and you can see here where they try to repair it. It looks iffy, but it's not worth replacing. Plus, I want to get one of the carpets that you put over the dash. You can run that. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. Probably going to put new dash panels in though, because these are kind of gross. not really laid out the way I would like them to be laid out. And we can get the wood grain from Dirk so it'll look factory. Run all the gauges, get the switch set up how we want. It'll be much nicer. Also has the air-powered hood. Doesn't really work. We're gonna have to look into that. Might be a supply issue. The cylinders themselves seem to be in good shape. I'll see if I have any usable video from having it right there. So this is a 1987 359 stand-up, and the serial number on the bunk matches the serial number on the cab, and the fuel tanks, their build date matches the build date of the truck, so that is all around good news. It's a very original truck. It's extremely clean. The frame rail, although this has been blasted and painted since it's come off the road, it's never been ran. You can see just how well this truck has aged for being 37 years old. These tires have to go. They're the reason I was so worried about getting it over here today. And the back here, it's kind of tacky. This will all go eventually. I'm not sure about how soon it will go, but these, I don't like these. They get caught on stuff and wrecked. Long fifth wheel slide. No bunk lights. We'll probably put 4 in there, just something real factory looking. I've already ripped a bunch of stuff off of here that I don't intend to keep, like this inverter. I guess I already showed you the inside. I'm going to replace the skirts because these are chrome steel, and we're going to put the factory style exhaust on. Back to the big round heat shields. We're going to do a new style air dryer. I might replace these at some point with Vortox instead of these annoying stainless wrap thingies. And again, under the hood is extremely clean. Someone really cared about this truck in order to do all of that work to it. I've already ripped off the stainless here and the backlit Peterbilt signs. I'm going to go back to the factory signs and just clean all that up. Got rid of the headlights already. Took the fenders off, took the mirrors off. This front wiring is a mess, so we're going to rewire that completely. Gonna replace these turn signals with ones that look incandescent. They're still gonna be LED, but they're not gonna look like LEDs. Same with these. I'm gonna probably go to a 5 light on here. You could get 4s and 5s. I think I'll go with a 5. That's what the other one is, because that's just a light bar for a 379. That visor will come off eventually. I'm not sure when. That's the standard big 359 aftermarket chrome jobby, but I don't like how that looks. And same with those clearance lights, they gotta go. New spotlights, new mirrors that are heated with the West Coast mirrors with the lights in is what we're going for. The exhaust is fairly new, but it's going. I think I should be able to video a fair piece of this truck as compared to any of the other projects I've done. So I have more equipment than I did when I started, and for this truck I'll be doing most of the work myself, or at least I'll be involved in all of it, so filming it shouldn't be a problem. Alrighty, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.